Hey everybody, I wanted to come back with a little, not story time, but I guess a little story time. Um, so I hope y'all enjoy this little story time that I have for y'all. Well, welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you so much for being here today with me. Another vlog, another day. I'm being consistent and I'm pretty proud about that. I wanted to share a story time with y'all. And I don't even know why I would call it story time. But like, yeah, I guess like a story time, right? Well, if you don't know, well, now you know, I do home health care. Guys, I've been doing home health care for a lot of years. I stopped doing it and I started working at somewhere else. Then I started doing it again. Well, now it's 5 years that I'm just home health care. That's all I'm doing is, well, that, and I have like a little side business, and then I do some work online and stuff like that. So but besides that, like my main job, like from like me coming out the house, is my home health care job, right? Okay, so I am still here at this same job for 5 years, going on 5 years. Me and, I hate to even say boss, because she's not even like a boss to me. She's like family to me, but she's not my family, you know. I took care of her mother, and now I'm here helping her because she is not doing too good, because she gave her mom one of her kidneys, right? So she's not in the best health right now too. She has, you know, problems and sometimes and stuff, and she needs a lot of help, and they have their own businesses and stuff like that, and they have like their own little business here based from home now since the COVID happened. So they have like a whole office thing here at their home. So there's time to have to like do certain things for them, you know, shred papers, submit this, you know, put papers certain places, submit paperwork wherever, you know, whatever they need me to do, I do. Because I don't have to like bathe her or take her bath, bathe her, you know, change pampers, anything like that with her, because she's still up and walking, and you know, but she's not in best health, you know. So anyway, I'll tell you the story time about her mother. I was taking care of her mother for 2 years before her mother passed away on me. And I'm saying, because I was watching a video on TikTok, and this home health care lady was recording of her taking care of a dementia lady, and the lady was like slapping her, and because she didn't want to take a bath, which they do get like that. I've never came across somebody that slapped me, but I've told people to. I've had patients that will tell me, no, I don't want to, or no, get the hell out of here. You know, they can get really mean, but when you work in this field, you start understanding that there's just some things that they cannot control. It's, you know, it's, they can control it. They're sick. They're already old. Not old. The other, you know, they're elderly already. There's things that they don't understand. They don't know they're being mean a lot of times, you know. So when you get into this field, you have to have a lot of patience. That's for one. And you have to understand, you know. And a lot of times what got me through a lot of hard times was I would not want nobody to treat my mother or treat my family like that, you know. So, and I love home health care. Let me tell you, I fell in love with every single patient that I have taken care of. And I was caring for one of my grandmothers, and you know, she passed away on me. Well, not in my home, but you know, she got real sick, and she ended up in the hospital. I had to take her to the hospital. From there, she ended up in a nursing home. Then she couldn't come back home with me because she had a really bad bacteria. So she had to move to Dallas with her daughter. And let me tell you, even her daughter will call me crying. Not crying, but the daughter will call me and tell me that her mom is crying, saying she wants to come back home with me. She wants to come to Houston, come stay with me. And, you know, when she was in a nursing home, I would go see her every day. She was in the hospital down the street from me. I would go see her every day. So yeah, when I went to go see her at the nursing home, she would tell me that they're mistreating her and stuff like that. So I believe it, because like I said, I've worked with people. I've worked with other home health care workers, and I've seen how patient they could be and how mean they could get, right? So my story time is about the last lady that I was taking care of before, because now I'm with her daughter, right? I'm helping her daughter out. But when I was taking care of her mother, She was a really, really, really sweet lady. Very, very sweet lady. I'll show y'all a little video. Let me show a little video. I won't show her face, but I want y'all to see how close my kids were with her too. Like, my kids love this family. You know, like, we all became a big family. That's why I hate to call her my boss. She don't even like for me to call her my boss or my manager or anything like that. She don't like it. She tells me, like, no, you call me my regular name. You know, like, very, very sweet, sweet people. Well, anyways, she ended up passing on me, right? But before she had passed, she would like start saying that she's seen stuff, you know. She would start saying there was people in the kitchen. She would tell me that her son-in-law was in the kitchen making sandwiches and stuff. Like, she started like saying stuff like that, you know. I'll bring her walker, and you know, we'll pass through the front window, you know. She could see the front yard and all that. I'll always open all the blinds, let light in, you know, so she could feel, you know, like she's outside, you know. Get some light, you know, just get some sun in, you know, some sun in the house. And her last couple of days before she had passed, she was already like seeing stuff, and it was like scaring me. I was like, man, you know, like she's over telling me she's seeing this stuff and I don't see nothing. Like, you know, am I going crazy? But, you know, I've never had that happen to me. Any of my patients where they passed away on me like that, like where I found them deceased, you know. And this lady, I found her deceased. So anyways, one Saturday, her daughter had called me and said, hey, can you bring my mom, you know, these certain biscuits or something like that she wants? Because she woke up saying she wants some, you know, can you bring her some? And her daughters never ever did that. You know, I will usually, when I get home, when I get here on a Saturday, when I get on a Saturday, her daughter would tell me what to go buy and I'll go buy it. And then, you know, but this morning she called me and told me, can you go get this certain item? And, my mom's been wanting that. That's loud. Sorry. I was trying to shake my drink. So yeah, I went to go buy it, and you know, I got here, and you know, we were enjoying ourselves, and she was acting, you know, like okay, you know, she was still talk, you know, she wasn't acting like she knew what she was talking about no more or anything like that. She was still talking normal, you know, but she would say she's seen stuff. Like, well, as I'm saying, I'll pass in front of the window, right, to taking her walker to the room, and she'll tell me, who's that up there standing by the window? And I'm like, where? You know, and like, you know, I used to trip out, and I'm like, where? What are you talking about? And she's like, right there. There's somebody standing right there. Well, anyways, her husband passed away at the same home. So her daughter was telling me, you know, my dad was doing the same thing. He would start saying he's seen people, but he sees people like high, you know, not below him. Like, he sees people standing up, like, you know, on top of him or something type. I don't know. Now that, you know, her mom passed and stuff, we talk about all that. And she's like, man, I should have knew that my mom wasn't doing good when she started seeing people, because my dad started seeing people before he passed. And her dad woke up in the middle of the night and went to the restroom, and he fell, and they didn't even hear him. And when they woke up in the morning, that her dad was already deceased on the floor. So when I first started working for them, and when I first walked into their house, I felt something. And I've never felt like energies like that. I've never entertained stuff like that. I've always, you know, I just don't like entertaining stuff like that. I feel like if you entertain it, then that's when it scares you more. And, you know, so the other lady that was working with me, she's the one that told me, I was like, man, I always feel something in that hallway right there. Like, it's creepy right there. You know, it's like, it kind of gives me the chills when I walked through there. And she was like, well, you know, the husband died. You know, her husband died here. And I was like, no way. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, God, that's crazy. I felt it. And so anyways, that Saturday morning, you know, she ate after lunch. She always go for a nap, right? So I took her to go lay down for a nap. And everything was normal. Everything was okay. And she, you know, fell asleep, and she was asleep for like 2 hours. So I went to check on her, you know, I'm checking on her and everything's good, you know. So the last time I went to go check on her, I went back there, you know, I went to go check on her, you know, in her room, and it was me and her daughter in the living room. And I was like, I told her daughter, I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna go check on Missy, because I call her Missy. I'm like, I'm gonna go check on Missy. And I was gonna check on her, and she had foam coming out her mouth. And I was like, I've never found somebody like that, you know, so it like scared the crap out of me. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, how in the hell am I going to tell her daughter that her mom's back here, you know, dead already, you know, like it was scary. Oh my God, it was so freaking scary. And so I walked to the front and I'm like, Missy, because I call her Missy too, the daughter. I call her Missy now, you know. I started calling her Missy. I'm sorry. I had a long night, guys. I stayed up editing late last night. So I went and told her, I said, Missy, you got to come back here. And she's like, what? And to this day, she even says, like, when I seen you come out that hallway and the way you looked at me, I already knew it was bad. I was like, no way. She's like, yeah, I seen in your face. You look pale. I was like, no way. Because now, you know, we have conversations about it. And so anyways, I said, Missy, you got to come. And she's like, what? And I'm like, it's not good. That's all I'm going to tell you. She's like, did my mom pass? I was like, yeah. And she's like, no way. I was like, yeah, come back here. So, you know, me and her walked back to the room and she saw her mom. Her mom had foam coming out her mouth already. And I was like, how long was it that she passed? Because I went to go check on her like every 30 minutes. So she must have passed, because by the time we got back there, well, you know, but when I went to check on her the last time and I found her, you know, deceased, she was already real cold and she had foam and everything come out her mouth. It looked like she had been like that for, you know, a little bit. So me and her daughter were talking about it, and me and her daughter were like, well, probably your last visit that you paid her, not paid her, but that's what we say it, like, you know, did you pay her a visit? Like, that means, did you go see her or whatever? So she must have passed during that 30 minutes. Like the last time that I went to go see her in the room before she had passed, she must have passed right after that. So yeah, it was horrible. So that's the only bad thing about doing home health care, is when you get close to your clients and stuff like that happens. You know, it was horrible. I cried for days after that. I couldn't believe it, because she passed away like so suddenly and so fast. Like none of us expected it, you know. So it was really, really sad. But that's the only downfall when it comes to home health care, because you get really, really close to these people. I know I have. And when I was taking care of my grandmother, I came real close to her, you know. I came really, really close to her. So did my kids. And then, you know, she was she's always been a country girl. She's always been in the country. And when she got real sick and she had to come stay with me, you know, she came with me right out the hospital. And she's not a city girl. She's never lived in the city, you know. So I was like, you know, Grandma, you're gonna have to come stay with me in the city, you know. And, you know, and she was like, but I'm like, you're gonna have to, you know, have nobody come help you. So, you know, she came to stay with me, and she ended up loving it there with me, you know. And yeah, she passed. And, you know, to the day she passed, she would bring up how the people at the nursing home mistreated her. Her daughter to this day even told me, you know, Mom wanted to be over there with you. Like, she wanted to go stay in Houston with you, but like I said, she couldn't come stay with me. She had a really bad bacteria in her body, and they said that she was not allowed around the kids. So I had no choice but to let her go live with her daughter in Dallas. Well, she was in the hospital first for a couple of months, and then she was in a nursing home. And I wanted to go see her for all those months, every single day. I kid you not. Every single day when I got to work and my husband got to work, my husband could be with the kids, I would take off and I'll go sit with my grandma for like 2-3 hours. And every time I would leave her from like the nursing home, she would cry, don't leave me here. I don't want to stay here. I'm like, Grandma, you have to. Like, you're already here. Like, your daughter's already paying for this. You got to stay here. And you're really, really sick. You have a bad bacteria. I can't take you to my house. They already said that you're not around. She wasn't allowed around the kids. I don't know why neither. And I still don't know exactly what it was to this day. If I did, I would explain. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I kind of let her daughter, you know, figure out, you know, deal with all that, because her daughter, you know, that's her daughter. So yeah, guys, that's my little story time for today. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of insight on how it is to be a home health care worker. And I hope y'all enjoy this little joy. I hope y'all enjoy this little story time. I'm yawning. I'm not gonna lie. I feel tired. And I didn't bring my makeup bag today, so I'm pale as heck. It is what it is. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this little story time, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.